Alright guys, so this series is going to be all about primitive survival type skills. My goal in here is to use everything from the landscape that I'm operating in. I have a couple projects in mind that I want to accomplish, and to get to that point I'm going to need to use whatever I can find, hunt, or gather. So some of the projects that I want to complete during the series are a pair of moccasins and a haversack to carry all my tools that I'm going to make along the way. But to get to that point I'm going to have to do a few things, because of course I don't have leather, I don't have needles, I don't have thread to make those things. So I'm going to start at what I call baseline zero. I don't have anything. No cutting tools, no cordage, nothing, and I'm going to progress through the stages until I complete those projects. So in the sense of making, let's say, a haversack, for example, I'm going to need to get a hide, tan it, make needles from bone, gather the sinew from the animal to sew it. So there's going to be a lot of steps in between, so I'm going to film most of those projects. The only way I'm going to deviate from this using everything from the landscape in the sense of what I'm going to make is, last year I made my first bow, hickory longbow, and one of my goals is for myself to go out and hunt an animal with that. So I am going to do that this year. Now I am going to make a bow during this series off the landscape with stone tools or bone tools, and like I said, if I deviate it's because I'm going to hunt the animal with either my longbow that I made or my flintlock, because I wanted to shoot a deer with each this coming hunting season. So if I don't get to the point that I make the bow in this series, I will make it. I'm going to use, of course, natural string for the bow, but like I said, I might deviate there. So if I get an animal that way, I'm going to use that animal in this series, but I didn't, gather from tools that I made off the landscape. Other than that, I'm going to stay pretty true to it. I'm not going to use any modern tools or resources. Everything I'm going to use during this series, I'm going to use off the landscape that I gather or make. So I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for upcoming videos. Thanks, guys.